It basically states that the whatever is beneficial for life, whatever is detrimental for life, whatever sukh is happiness, right? Whatever is happy states, what are sorrowful states, right? Or disease, dis-ease, right? Whatever is good, whatever is bad, whatever measures the lifespan, and everything else about life is discussed in Ayurveda. So I think which is kind of cool because it leads right into the, not just the mind and the body, right? The psychiatrists and psychologists handle this end, we're going to take care of this end, the physical part, okay? So, and we're missing a third major component out of the whole thing, which is the spirituality component. So the tripod is very important, the mind, body, and the spirit tripod. So it looks at all three components versus just looking at the just two components. And I think that is the drawback or the where I think the modern medical system fails in my view, because you're just looking at these two components and you miss out on the third component. And even those two components, you don't combine all those things together. You cannot take a human being in isolation. You can't say, well, you know, we're just going to handle this. You have a cardiac issue, we're just going to deal with the heart. Here's your stuff. Next. Okay? And again, I'm not booing modern medicine, right? I work in the system myself. So, for acute emergencies, surgeries, if I get shot today, I'm going to the emergency room. It's the way it is, right? Yeah. They're amazing at that, and we are. And if you have, if you find out you have cancer, right, and I need to control it immediately, I might go ahead and get chemotherapy done to control it. Once that's taken care of, I know my life is safe, then I can go ahead with the other paradigm possibly. Okay? So for chronic degenerative conditions, I think traditional Chinese medicine or Ayurvedic medicine, Tibetan medicine, and host of even Western herbalism, host of other systems, homeopathy, you know, various other systems, I think they do much better. Okay? The reason I like Ayurveda is not just because I'm Indian. I like Ayurveda is because I think it is, from a patient and individual standpoint, it is very easy to understand the concepts. Chinese medicine, I think, sometimes is even better diagnostically. They're really good at it, very complex. You know, liver fire rising, your yin is this. I mean, it gets overwhelming for the patient. How are you going to explain to him liver fire rising and this is what's happening in you? It doesn't make any sense, right? So diagnostically, it's very good for the physician or the practitioner or herbalist or whoever it is. But for the individual, it doesn't, it's very difficult. So yes, they can make the diagnosis and they take these herbs, you know, these are the lifestyle modifications or whatever else you need to do. But I think Ayurveda can be broken down and it's very simple to understand for the individual for taking care of their own health. That's why I like it, because I can explain to my patient, and for myself too, I can say, well, you know what, like you were saying, right, what did they say to you? The fire with wind, right? Yeah. So if I understand the attributes and the qualities and what's happening, I can figure out and I can say, you know what? Okay, this is what's going on. You know, I'm getting more dry skin. Look at the weather. It's fall. It's windy, dry, cold, blah, blah, blah. I can get into that. And I can say, what do I need to do? Opposites. Right? Maybe I hydrate myself. Drink more, take in more oil in my diet, ghee in my diet, various things. So you can learn a lot of things and you can apply them immediately. That's the beauty of it. And that's why I like it. Okay. So, let's see. Next. Ayurveda is, just like traditional Chinese medicine, we had said about the 67% crossover, but it's also based on the 5-element system. Okay? And 5 elements being space, air, fire, water, and earth. Okay? Everything in this cosmos, everything in the universe, as per the Ayurvedic system, is comprised of these Pancha Mahabhutas, or great elements. Okay? And it's not just the physical substance of these elements we're talking about. It's also the qualities. So fire has the quality of illumination, heat, right? Water has the quality of fluidity, right? Earth has the quality of stability, groundedness, Okay, so it's the combination of these elements and them combining in various ways, in various proportions, that give a unique constitution, right? Whether it is this or it is this, it's a unique combination. Okay, so it is the different proportions. But for our purposes, we're going to break it down further, and this is the crux of Ayurveda. This is the basis, which you also probably saw on that test, the Vata, Pitta, and the Kapha, the doshas, right? So the elements will combine to form biological principles or biological humors, okay? And the three biological principles are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Sorry, I'm blocking your way. You're good? Okay. Okay. So it's Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. I'll keep switching over. So Vata is comprised of space and air. Okay? The predominance of space and air in the principle Vata. Vata is the principle of movement. Okay? Whether it is, so it's voluntary and involuntary movements taking place in the system. So whether it's physical movement, whether it's me voluntarily moving, whether it's movement of thought, whether it's peristaltic movement taking place, neural impulses traveling from here to there, right? Circulation taking place, okay? All movement taking place, or even the wind blowing the leaves outside. It's Vata, is the principle of movement, okay? Vata is also the catabolic principle, the degenerative principle, okay? Principle of Pitta. Pitta is fire and water. So that is the metabolic principle. It's the energy of transformation. Okay? Everything needs to be transformed and processed. So since we're going to talk about us human beings, and I'm going to relate everything to this, but this is applicable to everything. Okay? So Pitta, as I said, the metabolic principle, energy of transformation. So whether it's the digestive enzymes in my gut, right? Hydrochloric acid, renin, pepsin, all enzymes from the digestive functions is Pitta. Whether it's the rice cooking on the pot is Pitta, it's transformation taking place. Whether it's me looking at the beautiful moon and when it hits my eyes, it has to be processed, that information, further down in my brain, right? So again, it's transformation, processing of information. That again is Pitta principle taking place. So neurotransmitters in my brain, enzymes in my body, right? So all transformative processes that are taking place are Pitta. Okay? It's also the operator. Okay? Kapha. So Ka means water, Fa means flourishing. So Kapha is the principle of growth. It's the anabolic principle. It's also the principle of cohesion, stability, things coming together. Okay? So essentially, if you think about it, it's the generator, operator, and destroyer, right? All life is governed by that, all those principles. Okay? So these are taking place. Now, these are biological principles. Okay? But in order for me to understand them, you have to understand this, and this is the basis. So these are the doshas, right? And dosha, the word itself, means something that gets vitiated or disturbed, whereas the potential to disturb something else, meaning the